come right here. Actually, no, go back to 3. Now, for fade in and fade out. Fade in, me personally, I cheat a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I use my fade in and fade out as a marker for myself so I know where the track should be starting. So if I put a marker here, I should know the track is going to start either here. It's going to start either here. So, so I know exactly where I'm going to load my track up. Oh, I see a beat marker here. Okay, so I see a fade in marker here. So I know that's where my song is going to start. So what I want to do is, I messed it up. What I want to do is have a indicator. This is my indicator for where I need to fade over or cross fade. That's just me. Now, the other function of the fade in and fade out selections of the cues are when you have it on cruise mode, which is up here. Now, what you do when you have it on cruise mode, set to cruise mode, it'll play from one song to the next by itself. You gotta love Traktor. Like, let's say I've used this plenty of times for myself. Let's say you gotta run to the bathroom. You really gotta go. All you do, set it on cruise mode and it'll play. Now, depending on where you set your fade in and fade out markers, it'll play from your fade in and fade out markers. Or if you come to preferences and you come to load section, you see right here it says activate fade in and fade out markers. So let's say I have a fade in marker approximately. I set to my second cue point to fade in, right? And I set my third marker, I set that to a fade out. And I set it to fade out when whatever song is playing over here ends. It's going to fade out and it's going to fade in exactly here. So depending on how, how smooth or how fast you have your settings, if you have your fading to 4 seconds or 5 or 6, 7 seconds, it'll fade in. But when it fades in, it'll start exactly where your fade in marker is. And it'll fade out onto the other song exactly where your fade out marker is. So that's what these are for. Now, I'm going to set these back to what I had them as. This is a cue. And this is a cue also. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is this little section right here. The section that says NN. Now, a lot of people have no idea what the hell this does. But this section is where you name your cue points. It's pretty simple. It's nothing difficult. It just takes, it's up to you if you want to do it. Like I said, a lot of people are just too lazy and they don't want to do it. Now, here's the fun part about this. You can name this whatever. So let's say this is, let's do this one. This is my load marker. I can either set this to, you double click, hit delete. I can either set this to load mark, right? I can name it load mark if I feel like, or just load. I can name it start. I can name it whatever I feel like. Right? Now I go to 2. Let's say first drop. Right? I can do that. I can say, oops, first drop. Sorry, a little spelling error. I can name my cue points, whatever. That's basically what this section right here is. You can load it whatever. See, these are all the names of the loops, of the cue points I have. So I have a start, a first drop, and then I can go to 3. I'll name this beat drop. There we go. So I come down here. My cue point 1 is called start. Cue point 2 is called first drop. 3 beat drop. So I come to start. It'll jump me to the start of the song. Right? I come to first drop, it'll drop me on the first drop. Right? Come down to beat drop, it'll drop me on a beat. Pretty simple, isn't it? Or what I've done with mine, with a lot of my songs, is, let's say if like it's a feature song, so I have the artist or whatever. This is just me personally, so I know who's on it or whatever. I name them the actual featuring artist. So if I have, so come here, she's right here. Okay, so now I can name this. Don't mind. Never mind. It's the same one as Cue Point 3. I did something wrong, but I can name this that artist because I know this is where she comes in. But you can name it whatever you choose to, as long as you name it something other than keep it, the plain old NN. But that's what basically this is what this is. This section right here, the NN means. You can name your cue points. See, all 4 different names. Right? And that's pretty much it. That was supposed to be named load. But yeah, I deleted that. Never mind. But yeah, I'll delete these after I'm finished. But for those of you who are new to Traktor and have no idea what like little things like this, like the NN means, or what cue and beat grid are, and the move, I will be talking about those in future videos. Once again, man, it's your boy Woo. Please remember, rate, comment, and subscribe, and practice and enjoy.